you are now dealing with a Republican opponent who has completely changed her position on this very law, which she once said she was incredibly thrilled that that law was going to go into effect.
Right. Well, she changed her opinion, but it doesn't make the danger any less to the women of Arizona. Right now, in 2024, the women of Arizona have the same rights as the women in Arizona of 1864. Just think about that. My daughter, my 9-month-old daughter, has less rights than my wife did growing up, than my sisters, than my mom did growing up. And you have flip-floppers like Kari Lake who want to say whatever they can just to get power. And then they expect us to trust them once again that they're not going to put an abortion ban in, that they're going to do everything they can to even protect the rights that we already have. What is still left for people and women in Arizona? So this is a horrible situation. You know, I've been getting calls all day from you know, people in Arizona, women in Arizona, who just feel like they have been attacked, and they have been. You know, politicians like Kari Lake have put this state in danger, put the health of women in danger for power, and now they're trying to run away from it. But you know, it's time to pay the toll, and they're going to pay for it in November.
Well, of course, Kari Lake did not say what her new position on abortion actually is, or what the new policy should be. She wants Governor Katie Hobbs and the legislature to decide that for her. She apparently has no suggestions about it. Let's listen to something more that she said about this law 2 years ago in 2022, when she also said she does not believe in abortion. Let's listen to this.
I don't believe in abortion. I think the older law is going to go into effect. That's what I believe will happen. I don't think abortion pills should be legal.
That seems very clear, Congressman Gallego, and as of tonight, she seems to be very afraid of what she has said in the past.
She is lying, Lawrence. In other instances, she said it's called a great law. In other times, she actually cited by the actual statute number that law that basically outright bans abortion and criminalizes providers like doctors and nurses. And now she's trying to run away from it. How can we trust someone like this? How can we trust someone who called something a great law, who celebrated it when it passed? Celebrated taking the right of a woman to control her body, the right of a family to make these very hard decisions with their doctor, and now or all of a sudden we're supposed to trust them? Absolutely not. Arizona's going to stop Kari Lake. Arizona's going to stop all these radical extremists that are trying to take away women's rights to control their bodies. We're going to win in November by passing an abortion rights initiative. We're going to win by stopping Kari Lake. I hope you will all join us and make sure that happens by supporting Planned Parenthood and all the organizations that are actually out there collecting signatures right now, by supporting politicians that want to stop these extremists. Hopefully you'll support me at Gallego for Arizona. We are going to stop this. We're going to turn this clock around, and we're going to make sure that they understand you will not mess with women's rights, especially not in Arizona.
And of course, a Republican senator from Arizona, Kari Lake, if she were to be a Republican senator, would be voting for any Republican-nominated judges. If Donald Trump were back in the White House, she'd be voting for every one of those judges who has created this situation in Arizona tonight.
Absolutely. Judges. But we're not even talking just judges. What about what happens with abortion pills? She's clearly stated, and she hasn't changed her position, that she wants to outright ban abortion pills. She has lied. She has lied to the women of Arizona. She's going to continue to lie because all she cares about is power. It doesn't matter what she has to say. It doesn't matter who she has to lie to. If she has to throw women's health under the bus, she will do it, and she will lie. And once she gets in, she will do whatever she can to continue her radical extremist agenda. So we have an opportunity to push back. We have an opportunity right now to stop. Let's not let our foot off the gas. We can win this. We could send a message across the country. Arizona, the swingiest state in the country, is a pro-abortion state. And when we vote for pro-abortion politicians in November and pass a pro-abortion initiative, she will lose, and that will send a message to the rest of this country that this country wants women to have a right to control their body.
Hey everyone, MSNBC has a new and improved app. You'll get real-time alerts and analysis, live blogs, in-depth essays, video highlights, and the best 2024 election coverage. Download the new MSNBC app. Here's how to do it. You tap on the App Store on your phone. You hit search on the bottom right corner. You type in MSNBC. You click on the MSNBC app. You click on Get or the cloud icon and enjoy it.